Blasphemous. Great game. Excellent metroidvania with some tricky platforming, some great themes, graphics. One of my favourite metroidvania games that I've played. One of my favourite metroidvania games to map. And I released a map of this literally years ago, and it's been updated multiple times since then. Somebody asked me a question about it a couple of days ago, and I was at work, and the only access to the map that I got was on my phone. And I pulled it up on my phone, and I'd forgotten how small I'd made the map. It's not small in the grand scheme of things, but on the screen here, you're seeing the map at 10% of its actual size. Let's zoom in all the way to 100. And you can see that it's not a small map at all. It's nice, it's clear, but on a phone screen, it doesn't look great. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's something to do with the kind of higher resolutions of phone screens these days, but I decided to do something about it, just like I did with the Hollow Knight map not too long ago. And whilst I was in the process of doing that, I thought, you know what? I can do some other stuff as well. Stuff that I've been meaning to do for a while. Stuff to make the map, especially the stuff in the corner, look better. So I give to you the Blasphemous Wounds of Eventide DLC map version 2, which you can see is bigger. It's a lot bigger. It is in fact twice the size. I have reorganized the information, I have been through, and I've done quite a lot of stuff to this. There will be two versions of this map. There'll be one that is 1.5 times the size of this. This will be free because this map has been free for so long. It's just going to go into the Google Drive folder, and there'll be the 1.5 times size of this. Just go ham with it. It's big enough. But there'll also be the full 100% size version of this map, which is arguably a bit too much, if I'm honest. But one thing that you will see is that I have been through and I've done a lot. First of all, we've got the actual logo for the DLC, which I found. Various boxes have now got actual call-out style borders and stuff to neaten them up and make them seem more interesting. The rooms have got my normal kind of add a little drop shadow style thing in to make them a little bit clearer. The font has changed throughout. I've turned it to the font that I use for all of my maps now, and that took a long time. I'll explain why, just because you might be interested. You'll notice that in this, it was in all caps, and thus I wasn't paying the blindest bit of attention to where the caps lock was on when I was typing this all out, which meant that some of these things needed to be entirely retyped because the capital letters were all over the place. As well as the actual text, I've added a drop shadow to all text so it stands out a little bit from the background. I was going to change some of the slightly... I'm not a big fan of the stroke effect, if I'm honest, in retrospect. But that requires more time than I've got in order to update this. So font sizes have been unified. Drop shadows have been added to text. The HB Plus rooms, for some reason, some of them weren't using the graphic. They were just using actual text, so I've changed those. But the legend has been updated. All of the callouts have been updated. Even some of the actual text itself has been updated. There was one person in the Steam comments that said that I'd forgotten the mention of Clearfass Location 3. And they were right. It used to be down here on the church, but when I added the Isadora stuff, I moved it and forgot to put it back in. So things are in ever so slightly different places at times. I've changed the formatting of the line call outs so that they're now dotted lines except when they're linking things together, in which case they are dashed lines. I've changed these dashed lines so they're actually the same color as the walls. And as I said, I've just tweaked things. There is no new information on here. The only things that I've changed in terms of the text is clarifications, or in some cases adding the full names of areas where I only kind of abbreviated them before. I may have added some typos in the process. I don't think I did. I don't think there's anything that I've missed updating, but I could well be wrong. Let me know if I have. But yeah, go ham with the Wounds of Eventide DLC map version 2. It's free in the Google Drive, or is the full 100% massive version, the far too big version, the version that you could arguably print out and stick on your wall version. You can go and get that on mycoffee.com store. It is £1, or pay what you want more, but minimum of £1. It's an old map. It's an old map with a new coat of paint, and it's not even a particularly new coat of paint. It's just touching up in certain areas, but it's a good chunk bigger than this previous version. This previous version isn't going anywhere. I'm leaving this one in the Google Drive. So if you preferred the fonts, because some people do, font choice is a tricky thing. But if you preferred the font and the slightly bigger boss callouts in places, and I think this was the Resident Evil title font that I used for these, and I really like that font actually. It's got a nice kind of chunkiness to it, which unfortunately the formal font actually doesn't have. I might change that back if I feel like it. But yeah, this original map not going anywhere. It's free to pick up and use from the Google Drive, as it has been for, oh god, we're getting on for 4 years now. Was it 20? I can't even remember when Blasphemous came out. That's how long it's been. Nor can I remember when the DLC came out. But yes, go, enjoy. Thank you very much for the support, as always, and I will catch you in the next map video. This isn't a map announcement video, really, but I had a fun 3 hours this very early morning putting this together. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy Blasphemous. Great game. Very, very good game indeed. Looking forward to Blasphemous 2 and seeing what they come up with for that. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.